Happy Thursday morning. Keith Tebow with you on another Thursday and another week that we speak with the mayor of the city of Fall River, Mayor Paul Coogan. Mayor, how are you this week?
Hey Keith, how's it going?
Going well, thank you. I actually want to start with a little bit of an update on COVID-19. This week, the CDC made another change, if you will, in terms of mask mandates or mask recommendations. They're recommending that it is possible for states or communities that have either a substantial or high number of infection rates to sort of implement some mask mandates. I guess I know that things are still relatively good in Fall River. Bristol County is a little bit higher than other parts of the state. What's the latest on what you're hearing in terms of Fall River numbers? And I guess what would be a scenario where you may want to consider doing something here locally in Fall River, if anything?
Well, again, I talked to Tess yesterday, and I think we had 14 cases yesterday that were put on the books. Um, Compared to where we were when we were running 200 cases a day, that's still relatively low. We're going to monitor it a little more closely for the next few days to see exactly what happens. My total concern with this, though, is the amount of people that are not vaccinated in Fall River. I think I was quoted as saying it was 51%. I think we're more like 48 or 49%. We need to get people vaccinated. I think that's the way around this. And then even if you do get it when you're vaccinated, it's an extremely mild case, relatively speaking. So we're gonna keep our eye on the number. We're gonna see what's the best way to proceed. We really want to try to keep going forward to the best of our ability, but at the same time, safety will be the overriding concern. So we'll stay on the numbers. We did talk about it yesterday, and we'll talk about it again today.
I know Governor Baker mentioned yesterday that the state's still looking at the guidance from the CDC, and I know in the past the city has kind of fallen in line with what the state has been putting forth. Do you feel that'll probably be the case moving forward, unless we had some sort of outbreak that came from nowhere?
Yeah, no, absolutely. We would follow the state's guidance on this. They obviously have the resources to monitor it appropriately and to decide the best way to go. I mean, I keep up to date on the news and what is happening. I was reading about the third Pfizer dose today to fight the Delta variant. I keep an eye on treatments. Our hospital numbers are still relatively low compared to where we were when we were getting ready to open field hospitals at UMass Dartmouth. So right now we'll go along with the guidance from the state and see where we end up with a keen eye on our numbers.
I know that one of the stories recently was Provincetown having a big spike. They were attributing it to people down there on the Cape during the 4th of July. There haven't been any sort of spikes at all that in terms of any clusters here in the city. Obviously, we had the big fireworks display on the waterfront of Fall River. Didn't seem to be any spikes related to that at all.
No, and again, that's one of the safer areas is always when things are outdoors. So I have heard of no such spikes anywhere, so I'm going to keep going along with. We are getting cases though, but it's not, like I said, anywhere near as severe as what we had the first or second wave through.
All right. And I know with the vaccination numbers, I believe the city is up to 52% as of last week in terms of first shots, and about 47% fully vaccinated, but still obviously well below we'd like to see the city be. Let me just switch gears now. There was a report first reported by Channel 12 in Providence that 2 Fall River police officers were suspended from the vice and intelligence units for mishandling of some drug evidence. We did a little reporting on this yesterday as well. I know you've been in contact with the chief. What's your reaction to what took place there with those police officers?
Well, it's disappointing. I mean, these are the guardians of our city, and they I hate to tell you, but they got to do everything right by the book. Supposedly, this could be attributed to laziness and shoddy work skills, from what I was told. I can't get into obviously what the final outcomes were on consequences, but at the same time, we expect so much better of our police department. We depend on them day in, day out in the city of Fall River to keep us safe and make sure everybody does what they're supposed to do. And when they slip up, it's obviously under a big microscope, and I'm sure the chief handled it the best way he could with his attorneys and got to the bottom of it, and hopefully it never happens again.
This goes back in speaking with the police spokesperson yesterday. I asked him about the integrity of the police department. We've seen things in the past that have not been positive for the city. This could be another one of those things. It's just another one of those items where we just keep to move forward and have to keep building on our successes and prove out there that this is still a great place to live, work, and be protected by our police.
Absolutely, and let's look at how this came to be. This was caught in house, so they're still monitoring their own people to make sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to do. It didn't come from somewhere else. They went in, they did the proper investigation, and like I said, I hope they took they issued the proper consequences, and we get past it and move on to the period where we hope nothing like this happens again.
All right. I actually want to keep this short this week. I know the next drive-in movie is tomorrow at Durfee High School. Do you know if there's any still tickets available at all?
They're going pretty fast. There are some tickets available. We've printed some more for the community rec center and Grace Girling over there. So there'll be some more over there later today. But Jurassic Park looks like it's going to be a hit. And if we get some nice weather, we hope everybody comes out and joins us in the auditorium parking lot at Durfee. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll see you around dusk.
Yeah, I know. The last few months, we've been getting some good weather for these events, and tomorrow's supposed to be a beautiful evening, and hopefully people can take advantage. All right, Mayor, short and sweet this week. I appreciate your time as always. We'll talk next week. Take care.
Okay. Thanks, Keith.
All right. And thank you for joining us this week in FRC Media. I'm Keith Tebow. Have a great day.